Hello, 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 everybody. We are back in the closet. And oh my God, I must say, it has been very, very, very interesting. Quite interesting, the least. So I'm going to invite a few people in, including my guest, Juanita Jackson. I'm going to bring her in first. This is evidently going to be an excellent show because of all the adversity that we encountered on today, just getting ready for this show. Um, quite interesting, I tell you. Um, very, very, like when things like this happen, I just take the attitude that, you know what? Apparently, apparently, something very interesting is going to come out of this discussion. Something very interesting is going to come out of this show. So I'm very, very excited for everyone to be on with me tonight. I encourage you to go ahead and, hi, Geraldine, go ahead and then bring in that you want to family you want to join us because we got a hot topic. If you saw last week's broadcast, it was very, very, we got a lot of reviews. I'll just say that. People say it was very interesting, very intriguing, something that's not talked about a whole lot. And so that is the goal in the closet, is to talk about things that what we don't normally talk about, things that people are kind of afraid or apprehensive about talking about. Hey, Juanita, how are you?
Hey, I'm figuring it out. I had my phone
Good.
turned the wrong way.
Hey, Maddie, that's okay. You're in your closet. I'm in my closet. You look beautiful. I want you to share. That's what we do when we first get on. We got to give people a little opportunity to get on because maybe they thought we weren't going to get on.
I
And I'm
love
going
your
to tell
hair.
them.
Straight.
Thank you.
I've never seen your hair straight.
Well, you know, when the lights go out in the middle of getting it together,
yes.
What you are left with. Hey, Queen Darlene, how are you? How are you? So I'm here with Queen Juanita. Hey, Queen Maddie. Want you guys to start share alike, honey. Let's get the people in here so that they can, go ahead and give us their feedback. It's going to be good.
Yes.
It is going to be good, what we're talking about. I see the hearts are ready. Yes. What we going to talk about tonight? Oh, my God. I don't want to reveal it just yet.
It's good.
I know it's very, very good. But I like to give everyone an opportunity to share.
It's good, but it's tragic, too.
It's not tragic.
It is.
No, perspective is everything.
Okay.
Remember, in the closet, we do not speak negatively. Our goal.
Oh, I'm not speaking negative. I'm speaking realistically.
Because you look good.
Really?
Now, it could be worse. You could have issues and not look good. All with it. I mean, they call that a compounding case.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so everybody who's in the closet with us, welcome. We want you to share right now. We're just going to take a few seconds. Share, bring in your loved ones, your friends, your haters. Sometimes if we help our haters, they won't help no more. Y'all, the haters need help. Hey, Queen Chanel, how are you? How are you? Y'all know I got to pour me something to sip on. Amen, right? Because let me tell you guys what happened. You know, the closet is always on at 8. But at what, about 7:45, Juanita, my lights went off.
Yes.
So, I haven't gotten to the closet that have the window in it yet. I'm believing God for the window the closet where I don't need no lights, get a skylight. But right now, the closet I need lights. I had to let there be lights. So there had to be lights back on for us to come into the closet. We're going to give people maybe one more second. Oh, I see Winnie, Queen Winnie from Atlanta, honey. How are you? How are you?
Y'all get your friends in here, get your haters in here, tag somebody, show them some love. This may help them. I have my special guest from Houston, Texas, Juanita Jackson, ESQ. That's right, y'all. She's an attorney. She will soon be a judge. Y'all see how I'm moving up in the world? My friends is judging and stuff. That's when you know you're powerful. I feel like a bush.
Just getting what you deserve, baby.
Oh, thank you, honey. And we're going to talk about something I have never talked about in this closet. And that is, the dating issues you encounter when you a boss chick. Oh, wow.
Whew.
When you a boss chick, when you got your stuff together, when you got all nails did, hair did, everything did, and you did it yourself. When you driving in style. Juanita, she got one of them retractable roofs. The roof get naked, like the rappers say. Hey, Queen Jackie. Yeah, she's powerful. I want to take a moment to tell my audience about you, first of all.
Okay.
I met you in January. She just embraced me. You will know who you are by the people who embrace you. So if you think you're all that, and you don't have some boss chicks embracing you, you got to boss up a little bit. Because they will. Boss chicks don't hate. They don't have to hate. They have so much to go around. They actually appreciate. They appreciate when they run into somebody who's like-minded. So now, Juanita Jackson is so multifaceted. Attorney Jackson, soon to be Judge Jackson. She's a native of Houston, Texas. She's been a wife. She's been a single mother. She's had a law firm. She's worked for the state. She's been a private citizen. She has been on a reality show. If you guys saw the show Sisters in Law, she was not only one of the personalities on Sisters in Law, but she was the executive producer. She was the reason why it was even on TV. And she had never produced anything. So that is indeed an attribute, a tribute, a testimony to who you are, a trailblazer, someone who's not afraid to research and go out there and get it. She has achieved many accolades in her community. She has one of the most poppin', if not from what I hear, the most poppin' daiquiri shop in all of Houston, Texas.
Yes.
It's big and it's fabulous. I mean, I heard, not from her, y'all, I heard from other people because, I keep my ear to the cement. And they tell us so, and she's very down to earth. She is someone who can go everywhere from the governor's ball to the hole in the wall. And absolutely. I can appreciate that. Being from New Orleans, we like real people. Hey, the mayor of New Orleans, y'all know how she gets down. TV. So Juanita is not going to have people calling her TV the judge. We're not doing that.
No.
But she is someone who is very accessible. And so this evening, I want to tell you, Juanita, thank you. Thanks for being my friend. Thank you for being my guest. Thank you for being in your beautiful closet. I see Tiffany in there. I see some stuff I got to come borrow, baby. And I'm going to tell y'all, I've been in her house. Her closet is 3 times the size of mine. So I may need to move my show to your house. So what we're going to talk about now.
Well, what I really do want to say too, Jennifer, is that Jennifer and I hit it off and it was just amazing. She is a phenomenal woman and a phenomenal spirit. She makes me laugh. We talk regularly. We have a lot of things in common, but she's also always teaching me a few things. So I like that about Jennifer. I like, to surround myself with friends that bring a different perspective. And that's really, really important. Life's not exciting if everybody's just like you. So Jennifer and I have enough that is in common that we enjoy each other, but enough difference that makes it exciting.
I've learned a lot. She's given me a lot of confidence, especially since, when you go through a divorce and you've been on a platform and you have people questioning you and it seems like a scandal, you need some people who maybe haven't been on a scandal, but someone who is on a higher platform, someone who's at least on an even platform, somebody who can feel your pain. Because Juanita, I know you were known when you got a divorce.
Yes.
You're one of the most known attorneys in Houston.
Mhm.
And you came out on the other side, shining fabulous, fabulous,
Well, yeah,
fabulous.
but like our topic today, it comes with being um, single in a major metropolitan city with a lot of other single successful women has a lot of challenges. A lot of challenges.
Yeah, yeah, it can. And I'll tell you, it's something I've heard when you find out that, when you've grown up and from a little kid, everybody says, oh, she's so pretty. Oh, she's so beautiful. Oh, she's so, you be feeling special.
Yeah,
You can get out here, you can find out that pretty over there. It
yeah.
doesn't have.
And let me tell you something. Pretty in Houston, Texas, is a dime a dozen. I'm serious. There are a lot of beautiful women, a lot of successful women, and the sad part is, there's a lot of single women.
And a
And
lot of desperate women.
yeah, and a lot of desperate women because men in Houston in this area really they got it good. They got a lot of choices. They got a lot of options. And you could sit there and say you're amazing, so why not me? Well, because one thing I will tell you, I think dating, we've all gotten this mentality of the bigger, better deal. Well, I got her, maybe I can get something better. That
Mm,
is pervasive in
mm,
the mentality of many men.
that is
Or just,
interesting.
yeah, no. If I could pull her, and then the sad part about it is the average guy is thinking, well, if I can pull her, if she agreed to go out on a date with me, you know, what else is
Well,
there out there?
wow, wow. Well, I tell you.
And there's a lot out there. The bottom line is, I'm very blessed. I am successful. I get that. I'm not saying that to say, but in the realm of things as people talk about it, this idea of success, the trappings, yes, I have that all. But here I am. I've been single a long time. Doesn't mean that I don't want a relationship, and doesn't mean I'm difficult. I think anybody, and I hope people chime in that are my friends, know that I am really down to earth. And despite everything, I love people. I am, like you said, I can be I could hang out at a juke joint and have fun, and you would never
Yes,
know. And then I could be
yes.
at the ball. And so I think, not trying to be funny, people always ask the question, or like, if you were a man, would you date you? Absolutely. I am a catch. I am just,
Go ahead,
I'm
Juanita.
like, and I'm not saying it about the boss chick. I'm saying it about the woman. I know what it takes. I'm a great companion. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to keep a house. I'm a true Southern belle. My grandmama and my mama taught me well. So I know how to a man be a man, but I kind of do expect him to be a man.
All
That
right.
that that creates some problems because I do expect you to open my door. I do expect you to treat me in the way that I would anticipate that your mother taught you to treat a woman. Now, a lot of
Hmm,
women are okay with not being
hmm,
treated that way.
hmm.
So there's a lot of issues that we deal with, but the bottom line is, being a successful woman in this world creates a lot of issues that lead to singleness. And there are a lot, I mean, I have so many friends that are so amazing, and I don't understand why they're single.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, because you know me, I like to research.
Mm-hmm.
I like to find out. Hey, King Walker, how you doing? I like to find out. I tell you, that's a very successful man that just clicked on. And I know why he's clicking, because he's probably saying, now, Jennifer, they want me to tell them, because, like I said, I've researched it. One thing um, that I can say as a Black woman, um, I'm very fortunate to not have only known my father, but to have had a great relationship with my father
Mm-hmm.
and my stepfather. I had two fathers. I had grandfathers in my life. I have strong uncles. I've not, thank you, Jesus, been violated. I've had strong men around me. And people who know me know that most of my friends up until this point in life have been guys. So I have an intrinsic insight, I like to think, on men. But even that falls short sometimes. I mean, we all got our insecurities, our questions, and our moments where we got to look back. But what I have found is that many women, especially Black women who are high achievers, many of us are high achievers because we grow up seeing things, wanting things. If we went to private schools, we saw the other families, sometimes white families. And I found this with my white girlfriends who maybe didn't grow up affluent. And so as women, we tend to want to provide what wasn't provided as mothers, as nurturers. And so
Absolutely.
what happens is that, and I was watching this video, and it was the successful men today, and they were talking about that. The career woman, the successful woman. In your workplace, when you take that judge seat, you're not a woman judge, you're a judge.
Right.
You're just like the male judges. And so there's a masculine element that we seem to take on.
Well,
And
I think,
that is what sometimes,
well, I'm
according
going
to
to
the
disagree
men,
just a
they're
little bit.
saying, well, I'm not saying I agree. I'm telling you what they were saying.
Hmm.
Because I want to bring forth.
I think it's
hold
the
on.
perception of masculinity. I don't think it's
Watch
masculinity.
this. Watch this.
I think if you're strong and you have an opinion, society believes it's a masculine trait. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I agree, but watch
Yeah.
this. And watch this. Because I caught myself in something. Just recently. Okay, so take this off of me. I want to go to the video. In the video, they were talking about dating the successful woman. What are some of the things they did not like? Now, one thing they talked about was availability.
Mm-hmm.
This man was saying he was dating a lawyer from New York, and she was with a big firm. And she would call him over at 2 in the afternoon and say, I want you to come over here and come get it. And he's like, it's 2 o'clock. But you see, that was her lunch break. Because at 4
Right.
o'clock, she was going back to the office. And she was going to be there till 11 o'clock at night. She would go home on the subway, on the train, go home, take a shower, get up at 6 and be back at the office. Her time was very limited.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they said, well, you know, women who don't have a big career
Are always available.
They're always available.
Yeah. I mean,
if he
I
go
will
in
tell
there
you
and
that
take
is an
about an
issue.
hour, and you
Yeah.
know, you say, well, you know, he picked up and paid all her bills. Well, guess what? I want to encourage some of our boss chicks on here. I know I myself, I don't mind telling it. By the time I pay my house note and my truck note, I done spent $4,000 before I bought toilet tissue. So anybody wanting to come in and pay my bills, he have some long money on top of his bills. But if I just was maybe a cashier at Walgreens, not knocking the cashier at Walgreens, but I don't think too many cashiers at Walgreens are going to have the same kind of bills. So when you say a man came in and took over her bill, I could take over her bills. You could take over her. If that's what they don't tend to have the same bills.
They don't have the
So
same bills,
it's
right?
not, you know, when I have chicks saying, well, you know, girl, he needs to be paying all your bills. I'm like, Lord, if he saw my bill, I'd be kind of, I don't want to really show you my bill.
Well,
That's not
say,
what I'm leading with.
I mean, the availability.
You can quit Walgreens, quit Walmart, and go on, quit for 6 months, and you gonna get you another job like that. You can't quit the bench.
Right. I will tell you, it's something about that. I have a girlfriend who, she's beautiful, but she don't have a career. She don't have nothing. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not being ugly about it, but she has never been without a man. I have known her 15 years. One successful man after another successful man after another, because she's so available. She picks up their laundry. She takes care of their kids. She does all of this. They pay her bills. She moves in. She can't pay her rent. They're taking care of her. So it's a little bit about availability, but it is a little bit about vulnerability. Men do like to take care of a woman. I have had men say to me, well, you don't really need me. Well, let me correct you. I don't need you to pay my bills, but I need you to be there. I need you to listen to me. I need you to care for me. I need you to care about my day. I come home to an empty house. I don't have anybody ask about my day. Seriously. Nobody really cares about my day. That's disheartening.
Very
And
interesting that you brought that up, because watch this. I just want to inject this. One of the next things they said that they did not like was that, as a business owner, I have a tendency to kind of, to an extent, because owning a credit repair business is kind of like a law firm. Like, I can't really talk about who are my
right,
clients and what are their woes.
right,
But sometimes there's some funny things that happen. I have mortgage brokers who call me after hours. And so I know that had become an issue in my marriage. Like, you work all the time, dude. It was told to me, what you sell dope? You really doing credit? The people calling you 11 at night. But it's like mortgage brokers, realtors, they hustling all the time. They
right.
and so I'm very enthralled in my work. But these men were saying that women who own businesses, women with big careers, we talk about work all the time. We love what we do. Well,
Now,
I guess
I will tell you, I'm different than most because I
you
don't.
don't talk about
You've
work.
known me the 6 months. How often when we go out am I talking about, well, you don't,
You're
some
not.
people, if I'm dating a guy, I don't even like to tell him what I do. I
No.
don't talk about my cases, but that is a self-preservation thing that I learned a long time ago. Being a lawyer is a very stressful career. And if you hear about the statistics about lawyers, same with police officers and certain things, they cannot they have to emotionally detach.
Detach.
I detach. I don't talk about it. It's not, but yeah, I'm not available. I mean, let me be honest, I'm really not. Or you have to plan ahead. I can't always
Yeah.
be super spontaneous. So if you're trying to date me, you kind of need to plan ahead. It can't be like, hey, baby, what you doing? Meet me, da da da. Because most of the time, the answer is going to be no, I can't because I'm on the show with Jennifer, or I've got a meeting tomorrow, a judicial candidate meeting. I've got this. But if you plan ahead and you say, what's your schedule look like for the week? But like even just recently, I just a little story about me. I just decided to stop dating. When you met me, I told you I wasn't dating. And I just, because it was so uh, hurt me. So, every time something doesn't work out, it takes a piece of you. And I just felt like I was just being whittled away and that I needed to survive and I needed to take care of me. So I decided I'm just not going to date because the disappointment of being optimistic about something else and another thing. So I decided not to date. But at the same time, you still miss all of those things. But the reality is I looked back on it over this last, I think it's been about 4 or 5 months. About 5 months I haven't dated.
Mm-hmm.
And I look back and I go, okay, what am I really missing? And the sad part about it was really nothing. Was I missing? Because I haven't had any stimulating conversation in a long time. I haven't had anybody care about me and want to rub my back and rub my feet and do anything like that. And it's not everything is all about me, but it's just, I think people think since we are strong women that we don't need anybody. So when they come to this, they don't bring anything.
Well, that's interesting. I'll throw something else out there. I know, Juanita, you cook, do you not?
Cook quite a bit.
You like to cook.
I love to cook.
And for a lot of women because you hear so many women, I want to be a boss chick. I want to be, I want to have my own house. I got my own. I remember being in college and that song by Webby came out. That's a bad chick. Now that's a bad chick. She got this, she got that. And I think that men who really, really, really have their stuff together, to put it lightly, they don't really require, they don't need you. They do not need you to go half on anything. If they got their stuff together, they don't need you.
Yeah.
So they're not
is exactly
really,
why when you ask me,
really depending on you to need all these things that we as women tend to think we need to attract the man. You really don't need that. They're really want the things that you said. They really want you to be very nurturing. You like to cook. I like to cook.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I learned from my grandmother would have been considered a boss chick for her time,
Right.
because she
Mine
was a
too.
dean at Southern University. So she,
Yes.
Dean Barone, people who went to Southern, they knew Dean Helen Barone. That's my grandmother. And Dean was fabulous. Dean liked to dress. Dean loved Ferragamos. I like to say I get a lot of my style from Dean Barone. I look a lot like she looked at my age.
Mm-hmm.
She loved fragrance. She loved everything fine. But one thing I know, she would come home from her office and she would put on, remember those moo dresses from
Those, my
D&M? She
grandmama
would
too.
take off that St. John's suit, kick those Ferragamos in the corner, put on some Daniel Green slippers, honey, and cook for Granddaddy. If Granddad said he wanted a
Absolutely.
pie, an egg custard pie at midnight, she would get up and she would make that pie, honey, and go back
Right.
to sleep at 1:30.
And that's how you
And
are.
get up at 8 o'clock. That's how I am.
And that's
Yes.
how I am too. But the
I'm not
sad
going to do
part
that
about
with
it
just
is,
anybody now.
right, we're both that way, which is very
But I will
unusual.
do it. I will take care of my man. Who is,
Yes.
but
Well,
I
I
gotta
learned
know
that
that
from my
from
grandmother and my mother. You
Yes.
know, that you take care of your mate. And you know, you cooked, you clean. Like Jackie's chiming in. I know Jackie
Hey,
meals for long.
Jackie.
She always cooked. Jackie would
Mhm.
be doing hair all day, and she'd be saying, "I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna cook this for my
Yes, she
husband
will.
and my kids." I was the same way. I cooked and cleaned, did everything. But at the same time, those are things that do men nowadays even care about that?
They
Do
do.
they care anymore? You
They
know,
do. They
they
do.
say they do, but at the same time, so the difficulties are, you know, Jackie said good food and good tutu.
Oh, Lord.
True about that. True about that. But
Oh,
but
no.
I will tell you, I've been single a long time, and people get shocked about it. They meet me, they get to know me, and they're like, "I can't believe you're single." Well, they are a lot of single women like me. What's amazing is I'm going to throw this out there. People know that Houston has, if not the most Black female judges in the entire country. And we're about
Yes.
to, it's 19. We're about to take it. I think the new number for some of us that are running, and when we win this election, I think it'll be up to 25 or 26 Black
Gee.
female judges. More than half of them are single.
Well,
More
now that
than
brings me to another thing. Now, they
Mm-hmm.
were talking about career women, and they were talking about the aspect of what some men call the gold digger. And I was watching something on TikTok because I like to stay abreast of social media.
Yeah.
What are the trending topics? And so they were talking about gold diggers, and this one took that one's money, and this, and they said, well, some of you men, y'all don't have nothing to take, so you don't have the same. You worry about Michael B. Jordan. You're not fixing to date the same chick or have the same issues. And with that being said, men who really have their money together, their life together, they're not worried about gold diggers. They're not worried about that.
Well, I think they might still be worried. Now, I think the hard part is, like, you did your research, I did my research, and this says, I was reading an article today that part of the issue is that for successful women, all women want to date a man that leads them, that has more than them.
Oh, yes,
has more
yes,
than
yes.
that's been our traditional, that's the way the husband, the wife, men, women, societal things has always been brought forth, that the man is the leader and the man has more and he leads the woman. What I end up finding out that's really hard is that when you are in the situation that I'm in, there are not that many men that are really you're equal or better.
Where you following them to?
And they have them, they're there, but they already taken, and the percentage is so small. And then those that really do have it together and leaders and strong and can make some decisions and do some things, they got so many options that if they out there and depends on the nature who they are, they playing and they having so much fun playing. I recently, girlfriend and I met a very nice guy, successful, recently divorced, probably 60, so he's a little older, but successful. recently divorced after being a long marriage. And he was quite honest. He was like, I'm not really looking for anything because I'm having fun. So what do we have? What are our options? Our
Well,
options are, you talked last week about the cougar syndrome. People have teased me a long time because I've, I've dated younger men. I have to sit there and say, that's not my choice. It's not my choice. But younger men are not afraid of stepping up. Younger men, even though they got a lot of confidence, even though they're not bringing hardly anything to the
well,
table,
wait, but see, they got
they
that
try.
Bitcoin, honey. They got Bitcoin.
Now give me a younger one with some Bitcoin. I'll
They
take
got
that.
Bitcoin,
Okay.
baby. They got one thing you find is they have innovative, they're a little more innovative.
Yeah.
Because since
In their
I
careers.
got divorced, honey, I started taking applications. Because see, I'm not. People have been like, Jennifer, would you get married again? Absolutely, I'm going to get married again. And when we're talking about the cougar syndrome, and I want to entertain some of these comments. I asked my son what he thought. Why would younger men like older women? He said, well, they get the benefit now. He said, especially since women are getting snatched, getting all fixed up and done up. He said you can have an older woman, 50, who looks 35, but doesn't have the issues and drama of someone 25. So, you're more
Oh, I've
settled
been
in
told
your
that.
career.
I've
It
been told that all the
balances
time.
out. Um,
When I first got divorced, I was probably 42. And the first younger guy that really seriously, like, he was really trying to, hook me in. And I was confused because he was 10 years younger. And I'd be like, why would you want to date a woman my age? And he said, because he said, my girlfriend's my age, my girlfriends, they out here trying to get a rich man. They all about, what can you do for me? And they will make me broke. He said, you got your own. You're not asking for me to pay your bills. You know how to cook. You know how to clean. And you're not
yeah, but I
demanding
got a son. So
anything
I'm
from
not
me.
fixing to, but see, I will demand because I'm not fixing to pick up a son. I got a son. I don't
Right.
need no other son. So if
Right. I
you
don't need
can't,
another
I don't
child.
care if you're 10. If you
Right.
can't function like you're 55, ain't no need to have
But
that gen.
but
I'm gonna
Jennifer,
put that
that's
out
a
there.
problem too. There are men in their 40s that can't function.
Oh, I know. It's a very precarious situation. I want to take a break and look at Mr. Dwayne Johnson here. He says most men care about a woman that can take care of their men. The ones that don't care are in competition with you. I can't see the rest of it. Let's see. Secretly, he wants to be a bad bitch. You know what? You're not lying. He's telling the truth. He's
That's my
helping
friend
some of these
Wayne.
men
That's my
hate
birthday
on
twin.
you. They hate on you because they can't be you. When really a smart man, you see, Obama didn't get where he is because Michelle is not smart. He's where he is because Michelle is smart.
So I
And
posted
a lot of
this.
these
Did
men
you see
don't
my post
understand, honey.
about?
I know the next man get with me, he gonna be triple bossed up because I'm gonna back you. I'm gonna take care of you.
Right. So Michelle
Yeah.
Obama, I posted on my Facebook page a
Mm-hmm.
blurb that she did talking about a teammate, finding somebody like you want to pick when you're picking teams on the basketball
You want
court.
to go to
You're
the
gonna pick
Super
your
Bowl?
teammate,
Yes,
and
teammate.
that's what she and Barack were, teammates. They brought the
Mm-hmm.
best in each other and they
Mm-hmm.
helped each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it. I posted it. It hit home for me. And what was the sad part for me? And even though I'm a very optimistic person, but the sad reality is, even at my age, I've never had a teammate. Never had a teammate. And
Well,
it's no disparaging on my ex-husband. I created a situation where I was always taking care of him. And I was everything he needed or tried to be. And so the demise of our marriage was that I never had anybody. And to this day, I don't know if I've ever really even had a teammate.
so let me
I
throw
mean,
a little.
I probably dated one guy, a really nice guy that cared about me and tried to
Wow.
care about what's the best for me, you know.
I tell you, one thing is I would advise the ladies, whatever age you are, we got to ask the right questions. Being a
Yeah.
teammate, I can't date potential. I got to look at
Not
what are you
anymore.
right
Not at
now.
our age.
Because
Not at
in
our
the
age.
NFL,
Potential
they
is
don't have a
great when
training
you're
program.
30 or 32, 30
I
to
know, D.
35.
It is what it is. One thing about NFL, they draft players. The NBA drafts players. So, ladies, I will say now, and the players they draft have an ambition to be in the NFL. They don't just go find somebody at the park who can play ball and say, "Oh, we got to get him a uniform." That's what we do. Oh, he'll look good in it. No. The men that they
No,
draft have an intent. So see, you can't draft no husband who don't want to be a husband. A man
but
that
see,
wants to be a
that's what you're
husband,
saying. That's
he
what
gonna
women
be
do.
trying
Part of the
out.
reason I'm single is because I don't do that.
But
That's
watch
I
this.
don't have a man.
But we
It's
have to
not.
but you got to recognize talent. Now that's what they do in the NBA now, honey. They recognize talent. They sit back and they watch. They watch how they played in high school. They follow these players. And I think sometimes we have put people on our team that we didn't vet. We didn't look at his stats. His baby mama might not be hating. Maybe he is wrecked. How did he play with this? He beat this woman up. He'll beat you too. Like, we got to properly vet these men. One thing I learned from, I'll call it my secret admirer. You got to Google people. And I promise you, if I had Googled my ex, oh Lord, I could have saved
Now,
a
you know
lot,
what,
Lord.
Jennifer,
We
what's so
got to
funny
Google.
is
We
as
ain't
an attorney,
Google.
everybody asks me if I do that and if I do a background, and I have absolutely never done it. Maybe that's part of my problem.
Yeah, because let me tell you, see, they come off and they tell you, you see them driving these cars and you see them, you got to Google. Do they live where they say they live? That's tax records. That's not invasion of privacy. You can find out, is that his house, her house, whose house is it?
Right.
Work
Well, okay,
record.
going forward,
That
I'm
is,
going to
so
Google.
you got,
Going forward,
because
maybe
the
I'll have better
NFL,
success if
the
I'm on Google.
NBA, they don't care how you say you throw. Under pressure, when they're running at you, baby, how you throw. That's what you need to know. Anybody
Jackie, you're right. People change. Jackie said, don't Google me because I've changed, which is true.
I love that. Go ahead. That's the old you, Jackie.
That's a good.
So we have to Google, and then we have to look at what their actions say, not just what they say. What are your actions saying? And
now,
do we appreciate the little things? Because anybody with a bunch of money can throw a big hoorah. That don't mean nothing. But it's the little things. See, I've learned to look at the little things. Don't nobody run to me with no big purse. I got purses. I buy my own purse. And you know what, Jack? Juanita, I'm going to throw this in here and I'm going to shut up. Just so that the men out there, is there a lot of men on here I see. If they wonder, I myself, I know. Me going out dating now, very different situation that I'm in now than I was when I married my ex-husband. When I married my ex-husband, I won't say I didn't have anything to bring to the table, but I didn't have what I had to bring to the table. I got the table.
Right.
So now
well,
so a little,
but the issue, but listen,
it's a little different.
I told you today, I said, girl, I know you're newly single, but dating out there is hard. And I'm not trying to say it's hard. It is, it will eat at, recently somebody posted on Instagram, and I think I tried to post or show it, that women are getting out the game because it just eats away at your person. And it's not that, because men, between them cheating on you, between them lying, and I'm not trying to trash men, and it's not all men. There are lots of good men out there. And I have been on some dates with some wonderful good men. Some are tuning in right now, and I appreciate your good men. Sometimes it's just not the chemistry. It's not the chemistry, and it's not about, you have to sit there and say, as a successful woman, I'm not trying to be ugly, but it's what do you bring to the table? If you can't, I have elevated many men's lives. Okay. And that's the sad, I'm tired. I'm out of the elevation game. I'm tired of that game. But where are you going? How you going? I want you to elevate my life. It doesn't have to be about these things. Okay. Even though it's nice, it would be nice. Because the sad part about it is all this stuff you've seen, a man didn't buy it for me. Okay. That was the part
Me.
of the whole entire premise between sisters-in-law, is that the success that I have, it wasn't based on a man. I'm not a housewife of anything. This wasn't based on my rich husband helping me be a boss. And
Mm-mm.
yes, I got my convertible that I paid for.
Yep.
So if you are in a situation as a man and you can't do that for yourself, then I'm not saying you have to do it for me, but then we're sitting there like, Jackie says, date bougie men only. I don't want to date bougie men only, but I do want men to date men that have their own. Just have your
Well,
own.
I
Can you
was.
pay your own bills? And sweet, and don't presume, because I'm a quote boss chick, that I'm only gonna date a lawyer or a doctor or whatever. The fact is, there ain't that many single ones of them out there. So if I'm only gonna date a lawyer or a doctor or somebody with all these degrees and have all this different kind of stuff, then I'm definitely not gonna be dating anybody. Most of the men that I date are truck drivers, police officers, firefighters.
You some
Big,
kind, Jackie. Juanita,
I mean,
you put a
no, I'm just
Jackie in
saying.
me.
I'm
Oh
not
Lord.
saying it because they're the ones that step to me and that at least can take care of themselves.
Well,
I'm
I
not saying
tell
that's
you
my
what.
preference. What's my preference? Hell yeah, I want a baller. Who
Do what?
don't want a baller? I want a baller so we can ball together. I
Hey,
want to get on a
Pastor
plane
Rose.
and us sit in first class together.
So that
But
leads to something. Hold on, I gotta stop you. So Dwayne Johnson on here said, hey Charlie, he says that a man can still lead even if he has less money. Now let me explain something
he
to
can.
you. He can't, but he has to have had some money at some point. Now let me explain something. The only way that we, man or woman, will follow anyone is that person has to have some intrinsic, in-depth, proven knowledge and experiences that you haven't had. You can't lead me to where you haven't been. If you've ever seen a military movie and they're saying step to the left, they guiding you over the field so you don't step on a landmine. He done crossed the field. You can't lead me if you don't know where the bombs are. So I don't agree with that. I remember the first boyfriend I ever had when I was 18. He from South Park, Texas. He was dangerous. He was good looking, but he was dangerous. He was wanted by the FBI. He was dangerous. He met me on a Tuesday and he took me to Atlanta on a Friday. And I'll just never forget because he set the precedent for me, ironically, for how I have not ever been waiting to exhale. I done had some bad situations, but I know how to spin the table and I know how to get out of it. He embodied everything my dad taught me a guy was supposed to do, opening doors, yada yada. But I remember getting to Atlanta on a Friday and going to shop in Marshall Fields, and he bought me some perfume. He said, "My gal, you need some perfume," and it was Alfred's song. And he began to show me the difference between why we needed to get the $300 bottle, not the small bottle, and the ounces, and just the things he was
Right.
teaching me. You see, he was from
We want a
Airport
man to
Boulevard. He from
show
the
us
hood,
something we don't
but
know.
he knew something. Right now,
Where am I going
for
to
me
find
to
that?
date somebody,
Where are we going to find
you
that?
you can't tell me about service in my Benz truck. What you driving? What you driving?
Right.
You gotta know
I
about
need
cars,
I
boo.
need you to know the best, like where I need to take my car. When
Yes.
I'm a well-traveled person, everybody knows that. Take me someplace that you've been that I've never been. Tell me
Thank you.
something exciting. Now I'm
Thank
going to tell you,
you.
that's what, when you say boss chicks, that's what we want. We want
Yes.
someone, even, and you know what, Jennifer, what's so funny is I tell anybody, I'm attracted to a man that knows something that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, I don't know a whole bunch about computers, but I know enough. But these computer guys
Mm-hmm.
that really are have these software companies and do all that stuff. Girl, I'm in awe. I'm just sitting there going, ooh, somebody in energy. I
Mm-hmm.
dated an energy trader once, and I just was just, ooh, I didn't know how that works. So we all like people that know something that we don't know. And that
Mm-hmm.
gets to another article I read today about intelligence, that men are not drawn to women that are more intelligent than them.
Well, I think you gotta shut up. See,
Yeah,
the
I mean,
key
I can
thing
play
about that
dumb
comment,
for I can play dumb for about 5 or 6 days, but I can't play dumb for my life.
If they don't ask, don't tell.
My point is, I can play dumb for 5 or 6 days, but not for my life. Now, that's the reason. Now, that's not, Jennifer, that's the reason I don't want to date another lawyer. Because our knowledge base is going to be the same. This mental.
Not if he do tort law.
Now, if he does, you know, right. He can do something totally different, but you still, I'm not saying hey, if there's a successful lawyer out there.
Up though, honey. That's what I believe.
But that's the point. They say women have to date up. Women have to date up. Men like to date down. So men like to date down. So where's the up? Where's the up? Where's my up?
Well, your up is they got you in Texas. They got all men's.
They're married. They're married.
They got
Or if they're single, they got about 3 girls they already juggling.
You're worrying about the wrong thing.
What I'm supposed to? What somebody said? Well, if they date 3, you be number 4, and you get to be number 1.
How you know?
Huh?
How you know they exist? They showed them to you.
Yeah, you know. You know if a guy is available or not available. Like personally,
how you gonna know?
He don't look. I dated a guy recently. You knew on Friday night he was nowhere to be found.
Did you?
He wasn't hanging out with me. Only called after you know, when he was in the drive-through or picking up food.
Oh no, I don't know nothing about that. So what I'm saying, Juanita, you gotta kind of sometimes I know for me, not if they're talking credit, I can leave with that.
Right, but you know, Jennifer, that's what I'm trying to say. You've been out the game, girl. You're getting back in the game, and all I'm just doing is trying to warn you, it ain't nothing out there. Dating in 2022 is just trash. It's trash. I hate to say it.
You want to bet?
I'm just saying.
You want to bet?
Hey, you find one gem. That's all it takes. But they're not all that way. They're not all that way. And I'm not being negative about men. I'm just saying.
I dated married me.
It's hard.
The last 2 people I dated married me. And
that means you've been out of the game.
And in 6
How long you been out the game, girl?
They married me.
How long you been out the game?
9 years, but that's okay.
It's changed.
Okay, though. I know. I have.
Okay, I want to hear the comments from the ladies that are out single now. Has dating the last 9 years changed? It's changed.
Well, you know what else is on the video, Juanita? About women who are career women. They say we're not as sexually open. I know. That's what it
I don't believe that.
You know, they're like,
I don't believe that.
What is
now,
they said some of these young people, they do a Cirque du Soleil, girl. I don't know about all that. I mean, I'm not. I
think we're a little bit more discriminating about who we're doing Cirque du Soleil with. But we're going to do some trapeze stuff with our man. But maybe the young girls are doing trapeze stuff with Joe. I don't know, you know.
Well, they don't have any. I think when you are not a career person, you're a little more open. Because who going to talk about it? The people at the CVS? I mean,
well, you gotta get your bills paid. You gotta get your bills paid.
I guess that's what. I guess when you have paid your own,
I gotta get you to pay for. They gotta get your steak 48 dinner paid for. So.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't agree. I don't agree because let's go back to what you said last week. That's why younger men like dating older women, because we're supposed to be more adventurous and we are supposed to be more open, and I think we are. I think we are.
We already got red bottoms. We're not trying to get up there.
But I'm saying, as far as you know, you said sexuality.
That's what they were saying. I mean, the older women. Well, it's not just older women, because they're talking about women who are 35, who are career women.
Yeah,
I think women with careers are tired.
Yeah, probably
I
so.
mean, if,
I
I
would
wish
think
I
so.
had a job where I could
I'm
just
on a second
click
win,
in,
you know, I'm
do
on a
the
second
job,
win.
and go
I
home.
want to ask the guys that are chiming in about, because
Yes.
it really got me about the intellect thing, is intelligence, is when I was reading that. And it's always been an issue for me. I've always tried to not be as smart, because I know people or men are always challenging you, like me. Like if I say, one time if I say anything, well, you know, I saw this article in Dow Jones said da 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 da. I've had guys say, well, you know, I read this. I always want to challenge, and it's exasperating. So you just kind of go, I'm just gonna let you win. I just
Oh
learned
my
to
God.
just be quiet, and so I because I had a guy one time that says, you just know everything. I was like, no, I don't. But when a topic comes up, I know a lot about a lot of stuff. I'm like a lot of trivia. I like a lot of stupid stuff. And so I guess I'm just not supposed to talk about it, because men don't like women that know more than them.
Well, I don't know. I tell you, I'll close with this. I want to thank you for being on. One of the last things they mentioned was they talked about Serena and how Serena's worth $350 million, and she ended up marrying a white guy. He's worth
Mm-hmm.
only $80 million.
Mm-hmm.
Rihanna, billionaire. People talked about A$AP Rocky, but he is worth $300 million. I mean,
Right.
he's not
He's still
broke.
millionaire.
Yeah, I
I'll
mean,
take a
people are
thousandaire.
talking about him like he was on getting a food stamp card. I don't know. Um, but so maybe what has to happen, one, I tell you, I know for me, I'm not going to date down. I'm just not. I'm not going to bring that stress to anybody. I'm not going to stress you like that. You're
Well,
going to
for
have to meet
me,
me where
and
I am,
I appreciate
because
that,
to
but the
lead
problem is, if
me,
I don't date
you've
down,
got
I
to
don't
lead
date.
me to
I'm not going to
something.
go on a date.
You can't lead me. If I can take myself to Steak 48, and so can you. We can meet there tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to Applebee's because you can't go to
I ain't
Steak
going to
48. I'm
Applebee's.
not doing that. I mean, that's just, so there's no need for me to even, and when people say it's not about money, it's not about money to people who have money. It's about money to everybody else. And it's about comfortability.
Well, I don't have money,
And
but it's not about money.
lies and scandal. And once you drive foreign, you're not gonna want a domestic car unless it's a Hellcat, because why? Simple things like we're getting a loaner. If we get our car service, we're getting a loaner. You don't want to go back to calling me or Jackie to see if we can give you a ride so you can get your car. I mean, that's just like, no. So
Yeah.
it matters. And to date someone who doesn't know about that, that's a stress. It's a stress for a man to try to keep up with something. It seems intriguing at the beginning. And if he's new to it and he doesn't know what it takes to maintain all of what's going on, that is the stress.
Yeah, no, it's stressful. Dating is stressful. Being a successful woman, dating is stressful. There are not a lot of options out there. And as you said, if you date down, then you got to deal with the stress. You know, a man don't even have a passport, can't pay his bills. I've had men ask to borrow money, and that's it. It ends it right there. I don't.
Yeah.
It's over. It
And
is over.
it's
I can
very
count
insulting.
it over. Relationship is done. Okay. And it's not about the money, it's about who you are. Because if you live a life that you've got to borrow, then we're not equally yoked.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
And it is
that's
about, you're right, it's about being equally yoked. We can talk about
mm-hmm.
that principle. And that's what's so hard about being a successful woman, is that in the end, what are your options? I still am one to say there are a lot of good men out there. And there are a lot of, but most are taken. And so we do the math on it. There are lots of statistics out there that talk about single, and then we talk about people who say, well, now women are starting to date outside of their race. And they are. And you can explore that. And I've explored that. It's still about what you're attracted to. But I could be like Serena. I could.
You could for the $80 million.
I could.
Oh,
Come on, $80 million.
well, I tell you what, I can appreciate this. I'd say to the men out there and even to the women out there, statistically at the end of the day, I'll leave y'all with this. It is a proven fact that married people live longer.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, we getting to the point. I gotta snatch up somebody and give it somebody. So you can keep somebody to hand you a glass of water. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm gonna challenge that little thing. Married men live longer. I think single women live longer. Yeah, some statistics out there about that. Less stress, less headache, and less stressing yourself about taking care of somebody. Now, that's not my choice. If I had a choice between being single and living to be 105 or being married and to live to 99, I want to be married and live to 99.
Yeah, and I think, in a marriage, you should be taking care of each other.
Yeah.
It's not really one take care of the other, but we should take care of each other. Yeah. We should come together in harmony. I just want to be an asset because I think it's proven. So many people in my separation were like, "Oh my God, what about your truck? What about your house? I still live here. I still drive there." So,
yeah.
So,
you're gonna be great. You're gonna be great. Welcome to the wonderful world and the dating dilemmas of being a boss chick.
It's been welcoming me. It's been a good welcome. It's been a good welcome. I'll just say that. It's been a good welcome. I love everybody. Thank you guys for your patience with our power outage. Gonna see everyone next week. I have a wonderful guest. I got a he guest next week.
Ooh, yay.
Yes, so we moving right along in the closet. This has been another episode. I love you all. Take care. Thank you, Judge. I'm speaking that into existence, Judge Juanita Jackson.
Running for Harris County Criminal Court at Law number 10. Voting day is November 8th of 2022.
Yes.
I need you to get out there. I need you to vote. I need you to vote for Democrats. Keep us in the office. We're making some differences and we are affecting real change.
Yes, I love it. Thank you. Thanks for being on. Y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.